My beloved child. Breathe. Just breathe for a moment, because as this message reaches you, something in the invisible spiritual world begins to move. God is watching you with the gentlest eyes, and Archangel Michael, yes, the same Michael who has been crying for 3 weeks because you kept ignoring the signs, steps closer to you in this very second. You may not feel it physically, but something inside your heart already knows this is not an ordinary moment. This message is not coming to you by accident. It is not random. It is not a coincidence. It is an urgent pull from heaven itself asking you, pleading with you, to stay, to listen, to breathe, and not to skip this time, God says. My child, you have been walking through storms that I never wanted you to walk through alone. Michael has been trying to reach you, but you kept turning away because life has exhausted you. You have been betrayed, hurt, disappointed, and drained by people who were never meant to break you the way they did. You have been trying to be strong for too long. But you didn't know that Michael stood beside you every single time you cried silently. He was whispering, "Hold on, I am here," yet the noise around you was too loud for you to hear him. And now, this is the part you must not ignore. God says Michael has been crying continuously for 3 weeks because you kept shutting down spiritually. Because you kept saying, "I'll read it later, I'll pray tomorrow, maybe it's not for me," even though the message was always meant for you. Only for you. Michael loves you, and that love is pure, divine, and protective. His tears are not tears of weakness, they are tears of deep heavenly emotion. He cries because he sees everything you don't see. He sees the spiritual attacks you never noticed. He sees the envy in the hearts of people around you. He sees the danger you narrowly escaped. He sees the blessings lining up for you that you almost missed. And most of all, he sees your soul's light, so bright that even the darkest energies cannot stand near you unless you give up on yourself. But today, right now, God says, "My child, please, at least this time, don't ignore him." Michael whispers, "I will only smile if you watch this. If you skip it, I will never speak to you again." And no, he does not say this out of anger. He says this out of desperation, out of holy urgency, because he knows what is coming next in your life. He knows what breakthrough is arriving. He knows which doors are about to open. He knows how close you are to the moment you've been praying for. And he is terrified that if you keep ignoring the signs, you will delay the miracle God has already written in your destiny. This message is your pause, your turning point, your divine intervention. Your spiritual awakening happening in real time. God says you are safe. God says nothing will go wrong with you. God says his hand is on your shoulder. God says the angels are surrounding you even now. God says you only have to trust and pray. God says your name has been spoken in heaven repeatedly. God says the chains that have been on your spirit are already cracking. God says something you have been waiting for is closer than your breath. God says the attack against you failed. God says the person who tried to harm you spiritually is losing power. God says the dark cloud around you is dissolving. God says there is nothing to fear now, because the protection around you has doubled, strengthened, intensified, and as God speaks, Michael stands behind you with his wings open wide, so wide that if you could see them, you would fall to your knees in awe. He has never stopped loving you, and he never will. But he needs you to stay for this message. He needs you to allow yourself to receive. He needs you to accept the help you keep rejecting. He needs you to stop believing you're alone, because you never have been. You've been carrying battles inside your heart that were too heavy for one human soul. You were never meant to carry them by yourself. Michael tried to lift them off you again and again, but each time you said you were fine, he stepped back and cried. Not because you ignored him out of disrespect, but because you didn't realize that heaven was actually calling your name. God says this is the moment you let go of fear. This is the moment you let go of guilt. This is the moment you let go of self-blame. This is the moment you let go of every burden that has been sitting on your chest for months or years. You don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to pretend you're okay. You don't have to hide your pain from God. He saw it all. He felt it all. And he waited patiently to comfort you. Michael saw when people talked behind your back. He saw the nights you cried silently. He saw the moments you felt unseen. He saw the times you thought no one would ever show up for you. He saw when you begged for a sign. He saw when your heart nearly broke. He saw when you questioned your worth. He saw when your trust was shattered. But he also saw your resilience. He saw your kindness. He saw your strength. He saw your soul rising again even when everything tried to pull you down. God says you have always been a warrior even when you felt like a broken spirit. You have always been protected even when you felt attacked. You have always been chosen even when you felt forgotten. You have always been destined for something huge, something powerful, something divine. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. This is why people became jealous of you. This is why unexpected resistance came into your life. This is why relationships became complicated. This is why blessings were delayed. Because the calling on your life is extraordinary. Michael has been crying not because you failed, but because you were so close to receiving your breakthrough and you didn't realize how near it truly was. He needed you to stop doubting, to stop running, to stop questioning whether God remembered you. He needed you to trust, not blindly, but spiritually, and now, God says, "My child, the miracle is ready." Michael steps forward and wipes his tears. He places his hands over your heart, and God places his light over your path. There is nothing ahead of you that can harm you. There is nothing behind you that can pull you back. There is nothing around you that can overpower God's protection. You are stepping into a new spiritual season, a season where your prayers get answered faster, a season where your blessings arrive without delay, a season where your enemies cannot touch you, a season where your financial situation turns around, a season where unexpected favor flows towards you, a season where the right people enter your life, a season where your heart heals, a season where peace becomes natural, a season where joy returns to you, a season where you finally exhale after years, and yes, Michael will smile again. Because you stayed, because you didn't skip, because you listened, because you allowed heaven to reach you. Because you opened your heart, because you trusted the message, because you said, God, I'm here. Your life is about to shift in ways you cannot imagine. The things you lost will be replaced with better. The people who left will be replaced with those who value you. The tears you cried will be replaced with miracles you didn't expect. The pain you carried will be replaced with abundance, love, healing, clarity, strength, and divine justice. God says, nothing will go wrong with you. He repeats it so your heart can finally rest. You are safe, you are protected, you are blessed, you are watched over, you are loved, and Michael, your guardian, your defender, your heavenly protector, now finally stops crying. He lifts his head. He wipes his face. And for the first time in weeks, he whispers with a soft, trembling smile, "Thank you, my beloved. You didn't ignore me this time." And the gates of your new season begin to open. My child, listen carefully, because this moment is not ordinary. You have been walking through days that felt heavy, confusing, and strangely silent, yet heaven has been louder than ever. God says He has been sending signs, pushing whispers into your heart, and surrounding you with protection that you didn't even realize was happening. You keep wondering why lately you feel someone watching over you, why you sometimes wake up in the middle of the night without understanding the reason. Why certain thoughts suddenly enter your mind as if someone is trying urgently to tell you something. My child, that is Archangel Michael. And God is telling you now, with a voice filled with love but also urgency, Michael has been crying continuously for 3 weeks because you keep ignoring him. Not because you don't care. Not because your heart is closed, but because the weight of life has pulled your attention away every time heaven tried to pull you closer. Archangel Michael has been standing beside your bed every night, watching over you even when you didn't feel anything. He has been praying for you, interceding for you, blocking things you never even saw. And each time he tried to reach your spirit, to nudge your intuition, to whisper that something needed your attention, you got distracted by worry, by fear, by overthinking, by believing you were alone. But my child, God says you were never alone. Not even for a second. Michael has been fighting battles you didn't even know existed, and he is exhausted, not physically, because angels do not weaken the way humans do, but emotionally, because he loves you so deeply that your silence feels like abandonment to him. Not because you are wrong, but because he wants so badly to guide you, but he cannot force you to listen. God says, my child, please, at least this time, don't ignore him. You need to understand how rare, how sacred it is for an angel to weep. Archangel Michael is strength itself, loyalty itself, courage itself. When Michael cries, heaven shakes. When Michael cries, the spiritual atmosphere around you becomes charged with divine urgency. And for the past 3 weeks, he has been in that state because he has been watching you walk through confusion without letting him lift it. He has been watching someone around you trying to plant doubt in your mind while he tries to remove it. He has been watching you overthink things that he already solved for you. He has been watching you settle for pain that God already freed you from. Every time you looked up and said, "God, why am I feeling this?" Michael was standing right next to you saying, "Please, just listen to me. I'm here." But you didn't hear his voice, and now, God is stepping in because heaven cannot let you miss this moment. Heaven cannot let you slip into silence again. God says, "My child, Michael loves you so much. More than you understand. More than you feel. He is an angel, but his love for you is not emotionless. It is fierce. It is protective. It is loyal. He has chosen to stay by your side, even when you forget him, even when you doubt everything, even when you close your eyes to the signs he is sending. Today is the moment heaven is asking you to stop running from the message that keeps returning to you. Today is the moment God says, "Please just listen." Michael is not demanding your perfection. He is not asking you to pray for hours. He is not telling you that you have disappointed him beyond repair. He is simply asking you to not skip this moment. He is asking you to acknowledge that you are guided, loved, protected, and chosen in a way that your human mind cannot fully grasp. Michael says, "I will only smile if you watch this. But if you skip it, I will never speak to you again." These words are not punishment, they are urgency. Heaven is not threatening you. Heaven is warning you gently that your spiritual deafness has lasted too long. You have been walking through certain situations blindly. You have been trusting people who don't deserve your trust. You have been doubting yourself when God has already affirmed you. And if you ignore this one moment, you may fall back into a cycle that heaven has been trying to break for years. Michael's silence would not be punishment, it would be protection. He cannot force messages onto a soul that refuses to open. But God does not want that. God wants you aligned, aware, awake, ready. That is why this message is being given to you in such an emotional tone, because heaven is trying to make you feel the weight of this moment. Heaven is trying to pull you back into spiritual alignment. God wants you to understand something very important. Nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are protected. You are covered. Even when you felt like your world was cracking, heaven was holding every piece in place. Even when you felt something dark around you, Michael was fighting on your behalf so fiercely that the enemy could not even come close. Even when you felt your hopes sinking, God sent angels to stand guard around your spirit. And right now, even in this moment as you read these words, something divine is happening inside you. Something is shifting. Something is opening. Something is awakening. Your soul recognizes truth, even when your mind doubts it. You keep feeling that something big is coming, and that feeling is not wrong. You keep sensing that something is changing around you. And that sense is correct. God says your life is entering a season where everything that was hidden from you will be brought to light. Everything that was stuck will begin to move. Everything that was painful will begin to heal. But heaven cannot let you walk into this new season with old doubts still tying your hands. You need clarity. You need spiritual awareness. You need to hear the whispers that are being sent to guide your next steps. Michael has been trying to warn you about someone. Someone whose energy is not right for you. Someone who has been speaking about you behind your back. Someone who smiles at you but holds jealousy or resentment in their heart. You think you know who it is. But you actually don't see the full picture yet. Heaven has been trying to show you. Michael has been trying to guide you. Each time your intuition flared suddenly for no reason, that was him. Each time you felt uncomfortable around someone even though nothing obvious happened, that was him. Each time a sudden thought entered your mind like, maybe I shouldn't trust this, that was him. And each time you brushed it off, he cried, not because you ignored him intentionally, but because he knows the danger you cannot see. He sees the spiritual realm. He sees the hidden intentions. He sees the energy people carry when they walk into your space. He sees what you do not. God says there is someone in your life whose presence has drained you silently. A person who pretended to care but has been hoping secretly that you fail. This person sees your potential more clearly than you do, and that is what frightens them. They know you carry spiritual favor. They know you carry protection. They know you carry destiny. And they know that once you step fully into your power, nothing will be able to stop you. That is why they have tried to distract you, confuse you, delay you, or pull you into emotional situations that weaken your spirit. Michael has been trying to reveal this person to you for 3 weeks. That is why he has been crying. He is not crying for himself. He is crying for you because heaven sees what you do not. Heaven hears conversations behind closed doors. Heaven sees your name being mentioned in places you are unaware of. Heaven sees the energy someone is sending your way. And heaven wants you protected not only physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally, financially, and energetically. This is why God is speaking urgently today. This is why the message came through with emotional intensity. This is why you felt a strange pull to open this message, almost like someone grabbed your spirit and said, "Don't skip this." That was Michael. He guided your hand. He guided your thought. He guided your timing. He guided your attention. Because He wants His voice to reach you this time, my child, God wants to remind you that you are destined for something much bigger than the place you are standing in right now. You may think your life is ordinary, but heaven is preparing something extraordinary. There are miracles waiting for you, miracles you cannot even imagine right now. There is abundance lined up for you. There is breakthrough coming for you. There is healing coming. There is a blessing with your name written on it, and heaven is ready to release it. But first, you must open your spiritual senses. You must listen. You must allow Michael to guide you. God says the next 2 weeks of your life are spiritually sensitive. What you do, who you trust, what you say yes to, what you walk away from, these decisions will shape your path for the next year. You need angelic guidance right now. You need clarity. You need protection at a deeper level. Michael is asking you to stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting your value. Stop doubting your destiny. Stop doubting your intuition. Stop doubting the signs. The reason you feel certain things so strongly is because God made your spirit sensitive. You are not imagining things. You are not overthinking. You are not being dramatic. You are spiritually gifted, and heaven communicates with you frequently. You just do not always realize it. Michael says you have been carrying emotional wounds for too long. Pain from your past. Disappointments from people you trusted. Silent fears you never told anyone about. He knows every tear you have cried silently. He knows every night you stayed awake asking God why things had to happen the way they did. He knows every time you tried to stay strong when deep inside you were breaking. And He has been holding you through it all, even when you didn't feel Him. My child, God wants you to know that your pain is not wasted. Every struggle you faced has positioned you for an incredible blessing. Every delay has aligned you with divine timing. Every disappointment redirected you toward a better path. Every heartbreak awakened your spiritual gifts. Every setback was a setup for elevation. You may not see it yet, but heaven sees everything already prepared for you. God says that the reason you feel spiritually heavy lately is because you are shedding old energy that cannot go with you into your next season. You are detaching from people who were never meant to stay. You are outgrowing situations that were never aligned with your destiny. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is more powerful, more aligned, more protected, and more spiritually awakened than you have ever been. This moment right now, as you read these words, is a turning point. Something is shifting in your energy. Something is awakening in your heart. Something is strengthening in your spirit. You may feel goosebumps, warmth, pressure, or a strange sense of peace. That is confirmation. Heaven is touching you. Michael is standing with you. God is speaking directly to your spirit. God says that everything you lost will be replaced. Everything that broke you will be healed. Everything that confused you will make sense. And everything that was hidden will be exposed. You are stepping into a season of divine clarity. You will know who is for you and who is against you. You will see who cares and who pretends. You will feel the difference between real love and false loyalty. You will be guided away from every danger and into every blessing. Michael is promising to fight even harder for you, but he needs you to listen. He needs you to trust. He needs you to pray, even if the prayer is only one sentence. He needs you to acknowledge his presence. He needs you to stop thinking you are alone. God says you are safe. My child, listen closely, because this moment is not ordinary, and this feeling stirring in your heart is not accidental. God says this message has been traveling toward you for weeks, pushed forward by a force of love so powerful that even the angels have been shaken. For 3 weeks, Archangel Michael has stood beside you, watching you struggle, watching you doubt, watching you hide your pain in places no one else can see. And for 3 weeks, his tears have not stopped. Every single night he cried because he knew you were carrying burdens alone that you were never meant to carry alone. He cried because he loves you, because he has protected you, because he has fought for you in spiritual places you will never see with your physical eyes. But above all, he cried because you kept ignoring the signs he sent, even the signs that were so strong they shook the air around you. God says, my child, please, at least this time, don't ignore him. You may not realize it, but the moment your eyes reached this message, the energy in the heavens shifted. Michael whispered, please, Father, let them see this. Let their heart open. Let them feel our presence. Let them feel my love. You don't know how long he has been waiting for the moment you would stop running from the truth you already feel in your spirit. This message is not here to frighten you, it is here to remind you that you have never been alone, not even once, not even in the moments you convinced yourself that no one cared. Not in the nights you felt forgotten. Not in the days you felt completely invisible to the world. God saw it. Michael saw it. Heaven saw every tear, every disappointment, every betrayal, every silent battle, and now heaven is reaching out to you with urgency, because something is being aligned right now around your life. Something that has taken days, weeks, months, and even years to prepare. God says this, I am moving things for you. But I cannot move your blessing all the way to you if you keep ignoring the one who has been guiding you. I sent Michael to protect your path. I sent him to guard your destiny. I sent him because the weight you have been carrying is too much for your human heart to bear. Michael says, my beloved, you have no idea how much I love you. I have stood beside your bed while you slept. I have shielded your spirit from things that were never meant to touch you. I have spoken your name in heaven's court when you didn't have the strength to pray. I have fought away energies, intentions, and attacks that you would have never survived without God's shield. But each time I tried to reach you, you turned away, thinking the signs were coincidences. My tears haven't stopped for 3 weeks because I can't bear to see you hurt anymore. I will only smile if you watch this, if you read this, if you allow this message to enter your heart. But if you skip it again, if you push it away again, I will never speak to you this way again. These words are not spoken in anger. They are spoken with the deepest ache, the kind of ache that only love can produce. You must understand, Archangel Michael does not cry easily. He is the warrior of heaven, the leader of divine protection, the one who stands with a sword of light. But even warriors weep when someone they love is hurting beyond what they can carry. You have reached a point in your life where heaven can no longer stay silent. God says, enough is enough. You deserve peace. You deserve answers. You deserve deliverance. You deserve the breakthrough that has been waiting for you. There is something that you have been struggling with for so long that you started believing it was normal. You started believing pain was a part of your everyday existence. But God says, I never created you for suffering. I created you for a purpose so radiant, so divine, that even the darkness trembles when you walk. But the darkness has tried to convince you that you are small. It tried to convince you that you don't matter. It tried to convince you that your prayers go unheard. But tonight heaven is breaking that lie. Tonight heaven is stepping forward loudly and clearly to say, you are needed. You are chosen. You are protected. You are loved. Michael has watched every time you tried to convince yourself to give up. He saw the quiet moments where you felt too exhausted to hope again. He saw the heaviness in your chest that you couldn't even put into words. He saw the dreams you buried because life became too overwhelming. He saw the people who hurt you, who broke your trust, who took advantage of your kindness. He saw the loneliness you covered with a smile so no one would see how deeply you were aching. And with every moment you silenced your heart, Michael cried harder. Because angels don't just protect your life, they protect your destiny, your purpose, your soul's mission. God says this is the moment things begin to change. A shift is happening not because you asked for it, but because heaven is tired of seeing you walk through storms alone. There is a breakthrough coming that will remove the chains that have held you for far too long. There is a miracle aligning that will feel sudden, but it has been building for months. God says, what is coming will make sense of everything that hurt you. But right now, the only thing heaven asks is that you don't ignore this moment again. Michael needs you to receive this. He needs you to stop running from the messages God is placing in front of you. He needs you to breathe, to pause, to let your soul feel what it has been starving for, divine assurance. Michael says, I have never abandoned you. I never will. But I need you to listen. I need you to trust. I need you to know that no matter what happened in your past, you are still worthy of the love heaven is pouring over you. I have been crying because you didn't believe how much you mean to us. But today, I want to wipe those tears and smile again. Please let this message enter your heart. Please let me guide you. Please don't turn away. You are safe. Nothing will go wrong with you. Heaven is surrounding you at this very second. God's presence is wrapping around you like a warm blanket, calming your spirit, quieting your fear, and filling your heart with a sense of peace you haven't felt in a long time. Every doubt, every worry, every negative thought is being lifted because God is stepping into the space where confusion once lived. You don't have to see everything to trust that God is working. You don't have to understand the process to believe in the outcome. You just have to allow yourself to feel the truth that heaven has been trying to show you. You are protected in ways you don't even realize. You are carried in moments that should have broken you. You are guided through paths you didn't know how to walk. You are surrounded by angels who stand guard even when you cannot feel them. This message is heaven's way of saying, slow down and listen. You've been crying out for answers, for clarity, for signs. This is that sign. This is that moment. And it came with urgency because the next chapter of your life depends on your willingness to receive divine guidance. Michael says, I am ready to help you rebuild. I am ready to help you heal. I am ready to restore everything you lost. But I need you to walk with me, not away from me. God says, my child, trust me. Nothing will go wrong for you. I am here. Michael is here. Heaven is here. You are safe. And as these words reach you, the atmosphere around you begins to shift. A divine calm settles in. A gentle reassurance embraces your spirit. Heaven is whispering, you are not alone. You never were. This is your moment. Don't ignore it. Accept it. Let it enter you. Let it heal you. Let it transform you. For the first time in a long time, let yourself believe that everything is about to change in your favor, and so it is. My beloved child. Take a deep breath, because what you are about to read is not just a message. Not just a flow of words, but a living stream of divine emotion being poured directly into your spirit. God says this is an urgent moment, a sacred moment, a moment that heaven has been waiting for. And God says He is speaking to you now because something has been happening behind the veil of the unseen for 3 long weeks. Something that has broken the heart of the one who has protected you since the day you were born. God says, my child, listen carefully. Archangel Michael has been crying continuously for 3 weeks. He has been kneeling before me, asking me again and again, Lord, why won't they listen? Why won't they hear what I'm trying to say? For 3 weeks, the warrior of heaven, the one who stands with a sword of pure light, the one who fights your unseen battles every single day, has been weeping. Not because you did something wrong, not because you are guilty, not because you failed, but because He loves you with a love so fierce, so loyal, so protective, that your silence pierced Him deeper than any enemy ever could. God says, "My child, please, at least this time, don't ignore Him." You need to understand something very important. Archangel Michael has never cried for any battle he fought for you. He has faced darkness, storms, and attacks meant to destroy you. He stood at your door when you were asleep. He shielded your spirit when you were unaware of the danger around you. He wiped away energies that could have crushed your future. And He never cried once during any of it, but these 3 weeks. They broke Him, because every time He tried to whisper something to your heart, you turned away out of fear, out of exhaustion, out of confusion, or simply because your life felt too heavy. You didn't know He was trying to warn you, trying to guide you, trying to lift you, trying to save you from a plan that was forming in the shadows. He kept saying, "Please look. Please listen. Please pay attention." And you didn't hear Him. God says, Michael loves you so much that He refuses to give up on you. But today, He has reached a point where He cannot keep asking. Today, He is trembling. Today, His wings are heavy. Today, He has said something that shook heaven. Michael said, "Father, I will only smile if they watch this message. But if they skip it, I will never speak to them again." Those words weren't a threat. They were pain. Deep pain. They came from a place of heartbreak, a heartbreak only an angel who adores you could feel. God says, "My child, don't let His silence begin today. Please. At least this time. Hear Him." You need to know why the urgency is so strong. Why heaven is reaching to you right now. Why the divine realm is pulling you into this exact moment. Because something has been happening behind you, around you, and above you, and heaven cannot let you walk blind into what is coming next. There is a shift, a movement, a rearrangement of your destiny, and God does not want you to miss it. For weeks, Michael has been running, fighting, pushing back energies trying to interfere with you, trying to slow you down, trying to create confusion in your heart. There were nights when you felt tired for no reason. There were days when your spirit felt heavy. There were moments when your mind felt overwhelmed. There were times you questioned your worth, your path, your purpose. There were hours when you felt someone pulling your energy down. There were thoughts that were not yours. There were whispers meant to weaken you, and Michael was there every single moment defending you. God says, you have no idea how many times He protected you from things you never even saw. 3 weeks ago, something happened in the spiritual realm, something that triggered this emotional collapse inside him. Someone tried to interfere with your blessings. Someone tried to block your destiny path. Someone tried to delay what God is preparing for you. And instead of letting your life fall into chaos, Michael threw himself between you and the danger, absorbing the impact so you wouldn't feel it, but in doing so, he grew tired. Not physically, angels do not weaken like humans do, but emotionally. He felt alone. He felt ignored. He felt unheard, and God says, this message is the bridge between you and Him. This is the moment to reconnect, to restore, to heal what has been breaking him. My child, He is here right now. His presence is around you as you read these words. He is watching to see if you continue. He is hoping you do not leave this message unfinished. He is praying that this time, you don't walk away from something heaven urgently needs you to know. God says, you are safe. You are protected. Nothing will go wrong with you. But you must trust me, trust my plan, trust Michael, and trust the guidance that is coming to you now. There is a reason heaven insists on this moment. A reason this message was placed in front of you. A reason your spirit felt compelled to open this. A reason your heart didn't skip past it, because something very important is about to shift for you. God says, your life is entering a turning point. A door is about to open. A burden is about to lift. Something that was hidden is about to be exposed. And someone who has been pretending will soon reveal their true face. You have gone through cycles of pain, doubt, disappointment, and broken trust. People who said they loved you hurt you. People who promised loyalty abandoned you. People who pretended to support you were secretly hoping you would fail, and every time you were hurt, Michael stood beside you whispering, keep going. Your blessing is coming. Your breakthrough is coming. Your miracle is coming. But the pain got loud. The confusion got heavy. The exhaustion got deep. And slowly, you stopped hearing him. God says, this message is the reset. The realignment. The spiritual reawakening. My child, there is something you don't fully understand yet, but heaven needs you to know, you are chosen. You are protected. You are guided. You are not alone. And Michael never stopped fighting for you, even when you felt undeserving, he kept going. Even when you doubted yourself, he kept going. Even when you said I can't do this anymore, he said, I will do it for you. Even when you cried silently at night, he held your spirit so it wouldn't break. God says, my child, you are not a burden to heaven. You are a priority. Michael's tears these 3 weeks were not weakness, they were love. He cried because he wants you to rise into the life God has planned for you. He cried because he sees the future you are walking toward, and it is so beautiful, so powerful, so blessed, that the thought of you missing it broke him. He cried because he knows that one small step from you, one moment of listening, one moment of trust, one moment of faith, could change everything. God says, this is your moment. This is your sign. This is the message that reconnects you to the protection surrounding you. And now, heaven needs you to understand what comes next. There is a blessing that has been delayed but not denied. There is an opportunity that is coming back around. There is a financial shift preparing to enter your life. There is a person who will soon reveal their intentions, and you will finally understand what Michael was trying to show you. There is a spiritual attack that was cancelled before it even reached you. There is a breakthrough forming in the unseen right now. God says, your miracle is on the way.